What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Zoronden here. Let's get to Starcraft 2 for today here on Ohana. This is going to be game 4 between, in the bottom right corner, the orange Terran iLoveByun, and in the top left corner, UCAP's own JayPower playing in the red Protoss. So let's see how this match goes down. It is currently 2-1, JayPower's lead. If JayPower does pull this game off, it will be his big victory for this best of 5 series. However, if iLoveByun does pull it off, we will be going into a game 5, which I will cast on Thursday if that is the case. Either way, let's see how they do it, how they go after each other. It has been some good play by both players so far. We've seen mostly early mid to late mid games, nothing terribly late game, but neither player has either done any kind of cheese or early all-ins, nothing like that really so far. So both players just kind of playing solidly, going for the non-kind of cheesiness. So that is what I do expect out of both players so far here today. Shouldn't be seeing anything crazy. We're actually playing on an old version of this map, not a HOTS version, as there are not destructible rocks here. That is an interesting thing. I believe we're playing on HOTS. Yeah, it's definitely a HOTS play. So I'm not sure why it's the map with the neutral supply depots instead of destructible rocks. Kind of expected destructible or neutral supply depots to being a thing of the past, but it doesn't really change anything other than the fact that they're not lowered. Actually, that is very bizarre. Those should be lowered. Alright, I officially have no idea what's going on with this map. That is an interesting bit. Maybe it's a graphical error, maybe it isn't. I don't think it'll ultimately affect the map the match in any way. I'll keep an eye on that in case it does, but I highly doubt it. Anyways, a little to and fro with the workers here for the meantime. That SCV is going to get that wall off. The probe will probably go home. Going to save it for another day. No reason to throw that worker away carelessly. We do see the typical worker influx is, of course, higher for JayPower because of that nice chrono boost. That is a normal adaptation. The mules will, of course, be adapting that or fixing that very quickly. You, of course, see JayPower's usual good positioning of pylons to scout for any drops coming in, give him a little heads up and warning. A nice probe placement on that watchtower. Fortunately, the Reaper is going to easily clear that out. And iLoveByun has done this before. He pops out a single Reaper to do a little bit of scooting around the map. He looks for vulnerabilities. Typically doesn't get too much out of it, but he definitely gets some scouting information and perhaps a kill or two. Obviously, the Stalker is usually what stops it. But if he catches his enemy off guard, he can usually kill a few units with that Reaper. So it's a nice little tactic I like seeing. Instead of scouting with an SCV, he throws that quick Reaper out, and it does some nice stuff. As you can see, it at least got one probe and got pretty much all the scouting information he did need. In the meantime, that typical 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker is on the map for JayPower at the moment. This Zealot's going to run up this ramp, and he's going to find an empty bunker. Unfortunately, that bunker is not going to be empty too much longer as there are double Marines here. They're going to start chasing after that Stalker. I feel like we're really going at slow speed. I'm going to speed it to faster. I think that's what I'm used to going at. I don't know why I was going at such a slow speed. Either way, that Zealot is going to be popped off pretty easily. I think he did indeed kill a Marine, though. So, an unfortunate bit of micro fail by iLoveByun. And I'm going to pay for that with 50 shiny minerals. In the meantime, everything's going to settle out for a bit. Unit's going to start walking around the map, going at a normalcy here, as neither player is terribly or interested in engaging for now. However, we do have a double gate coming down for JayPower. It's going to put him as 3 gates as well as a robo facility. In the meantime, the Reaper is just grabbing this northern watchtower. I thought he might be looking to do something else, something spicy. But for now, he's just happy getting a little extra vision on the map. And Yes, it is a graphical glitch on the supply depot. I thought maybe it was raised, but it is definitely lowered because the probes are moving right through it. So I'm not sure why that is graphically displaying as up. So even more oddities with the little supply depot here. It should be displayed lower, and frankly, it should be rocks instead of a supply depot. Obviously, this is still the kind of the edited versions that people made before HOTS introduced the little destructible plate rocks or whatever they call them. But either way, as I said, shouldn't affect the map or the match, and indeed will not affect the match because it is indeed lowered. It just doesn't display that way, at least for me. It may have displayed that way for them, I'm not sure. Sometimes in later builds you get oddities like that, who knows, but nothing to worry about. We'll move on from there. We do have an OBS on the field. Fort JayPower going to be moving into position, getting a nice scout out on this big block of Marines coming in, and JayPower is definitely going to need to do something about that. He does not have a force that can engage that many Marines. It is going to be a problem very quickly. He does have 3 gates up, and his robotics facility. I would expect to see units warping out from him, but we just haven't seen anything yet, and I don't know what he's thinking. He had to have seen this mass of Marines coming here, and suddenly this is going to be a serious issue for JayPower. There come a few zealots, but I don't think that's enough. We're going to find out very quickly here, as the photonic overcharge may have been his gambit here. Unfortunately, those units move up into the main. They're going to be working on the zealots here. The zealots doing a very good job of tanking all that damage, and indeed, JayPower is going to clean this up, not taking too much damage, and photonic overcharge was kind of his ace in the hole there, and it definitely cleaned up enough of the units for him that he was able to take it out with the rest of his units there. So a nice little gambit by JayPower does pay off. He does get that workout that he needed. And in the meantime, we do have Colossi on the way, as well as extended thermal lance. And again, a good group of Marines here by iLoveByun, doing a little proxy scan for that OBS. I do not know where it is at the moment. I haven't had the production tab up this entire time. He actually may have killed that OBS, as I don't see it on the field anymore. So it may have been there when he scanned. And that's something a lot of good players will do, is they'll see that little shimmer and they'll bring some detection over, however that may be, and take that dang OBS out. And today that is the case for iLoveByun. And something else had just died there. I'm not sure what that was. I saw something disappearing. Might have been the mothership core. No, it was not. So maybe just a probe corpse or something. Who really knows? It doesn't matter too much. However, in the meantime, iLoveByun is getting a very significant force of Marines, almost entirely Marines, operating off of 2 barracks, working off those reactors, 1 off of the tech lab. He also has 2 more on the way, so definitely going extremely heavy bile, getting a double medevac as well. The scouting factory, as kind of usual, going out north. A decent force over here by JayPower, going to be looking to exploit the proxy pylons that he does have sitting up here. And yes, indeed, another one going up here at this expansion that iLoveByun may be taking at any point. That is something JayPower obviously knows. He will be wide-eyed and bushy-tailed about it. But in the meantime, iLoveByun has got a huge force, very much out of position. But I thought I saw some forces of iLoveByun in JayPower's troops. So at this time, both people pretty much know where their armies are, as they have definitely spotted each other. And a big engagement going to go down here. Nice stim, nice force fields, not really blocking off as many as JayPower wanted, but it is going to be enough. And those troops from iLoveByun get completely wasted, burned to a crisp. And suddenly, iLoveByun is looking to be in some serious trouble here, as JayPower is marching down the map. And he's going to need something quick to be able to counter this. Bunkers up front, going to try and do as much damage as they can. Quite a few SCVs repairing that, and units going down for both sides. But iLoveByun looks to be in very much trouble there. But JayPower choosing to retreat. Going to just use the Colossi with their extended thermal lance to try and shoot at those bunkers for now. Marines continuing to walk into those beams, getting burned to a crisp. Units now starting to press that ramp again. Vikings trying to come in, desperately trying to snipe out those Colossi. Not really going to be able to do that. They are gone. The bunkers, repairing units are pretty much slaughtered away. A few reinforcement bunkers kind of fall back to those positions, but not really holding up for it. And I don't see how iLoveByun can hold out at this point. JayPower's forces are completely overpowering his base, and this is pretty much gonna do it. I do not see how iLoveByun can hold it off. He's going to bring those SCVs off the line in one last-ditch attempt to try and salvage this match, but that is not going to work for him. This is over, 110 to 20, and JayPower is definitely going to take this match for sure. Just a matter of time here as they do wind up here. JayPower just kind of cleaning it up. I'm kind of surprised iLoveByun is still in the match. Just going to check up here to see if there was anything up there. There is not. And iLoveByun finally leaves the match. And that's going to do it, guys, for this best of 5 series. JayPower does take it 3-1. So congrats to him. I do want to thank him for sending in these matches. Very fun to watch and cast. And congrats to him for pulling off the victory over iLoveByun. Anyways, guys, I'm Zoronden. Please do thumbs up and subscribe. So we're going to bring you more StarCraft 2 action. And I will catch you all next time.